All right, what's up? What is up? Let's talk about that. So, this is my ghetto studio until I get something better, but this is an opportune time for me to put some stuff down. I was just feeling it. Energy's up. And this is RENÉG for Renegade. The G goes for another name that I'm not disclosing my YouTube channel, or the name I use, but it all falls in place, and that's what my channel I'm creating is for, things to fall in place, epiphanies, and I want to connect with elevated minds, and I don't know how many people also have a Pisces moon that are into my channel, but I'm still learning about my sign. I'm a Cancer, Leo cusp, but I was born between two eclipses, and they happened in a week, 7/20/81. If anybody knows about that, let me know. That's something I like to learn more about. But I've always been somebody who doesn't want to have like predictive programming or somebody tell me what my destiny is or whatever, because I've also always seen all the complexities even of the zodiac, what's in retrograde and what's in this and that. And back in the days when I believed that we're spinning around and all that, I was like, okay, what's relevant is center. And anyway, let me get into what's up so I don't lose my center here. Center of balance is my eraser. So, one thing that hit me that made me want to put this down is when you look at what you're dealing with 23, 8, 1, 20, right? So that's 5, 8, 1, 2, 13, which is a 4, and a 1, which is a 5, and 2, which is a 7, right? So what breaks down to 7? So when you look at, turn that 7 at an angle, what do you have? You got the arrow up. It's a little diagonal, but you can see what's up. Gonna keep rolling. So I hope to make these videos better, but I want this to flow through and show you how this all kind of connects here. So you may have remembered the game 7 Up when we were kids. Now if you look at so I go by RENÉG is my name. The G is for an art name that I use. I'm not going to disclose on this channel here at this point, but RENÉG falls in line with green. They legalized cannabis in my state of Connecticut today, so that's a good sign. So when you look at G, you can see this, the 6, right? I put this in my other videos. I'm going to keep doing this. Being capped off by the 7, right? Now when you look at that 2, what do you have? You got an arrow. And you got an arrow going like this, but it's tucked in. So you got a tucked in arrow moving up. So when you think it's 7 up, if you look at, this could be reaching, but if you look at 11, those are 2 lines moving up. Let's get a little more juice here. So there's also a correlation. Like I said, that's the 6, and capped off by the 7. You know, the 6 upside down is the 9. There's also a special relationship with the 7 and the 9. The 7 plus 9 equals 16, which equals 7. Nine is also I, the most high, and the I is up. 7 is also the completed step moving up. Then you get into the 8, which is a H, and then the 9 is a severed 8, and it's severed at the top. Thank you, Santos Bonacci, who I saw that from. And though the 7 is also the G. So if you put that 7 at another angle, you can also see the 7 represents a triangle, which triangle is 3, and that's the start of 3, 6, 9. So you got the completed step, which goes into the 3, 6, 9, and then this gets into the patterning. So now when you go from the triangle to the 3, 6, 9, I'm going to take it back to the alphabet. I saw Bro Sanchez did a stream recently on Abracadabra. I wanted to call in. I keep seeing these late, but I'm glad I get to put this down now. So I'm going to touch on that. And I saw he posted some stuff that I also have on my Insta page, which is What It Is, if people want to check that out. What It Is with a Z. You can see that. So getting back into that with the abracadabra and the triangle. So when you see the 7 sideways, you get into the triangle, which is the 3. Now when you get into the alpha beta, A is also like that, right? But anyways, what I'm getting here is to the center. And when you're dealing with the M and the N in the alphabet, so when you go with the M and the N, we're dealing with these 3 triangles up and these 3 triangles down. Which there you also have the 3 and the 6. When you look at the 3 triangles up and 3 triangles down, I'm sure there's a 9 there somewhere, but staying on track there. So when you deal with the M and the N, that's pronounced like an M, which is middle. Reminisce. Hang on. Condemn. There's other words, but that's just an example. When you put the M and the N, it's not pronounced like an N, it's pronounced like an M. And you could also say Adam. Like Adam. And Eve, which you could say even. So you add M and even. But I want to get back to the Adam and the Eve, going with these 3 triangles that represent, I see right in the middle of the M and the N, the alphabet. And I'm going to go further into this, but I want to really touch on this so you see how I see things. So, with the Adam and Eve, I did one stream that was like 45 minutes, and then I realized the mic wasn't recording. And I did another one some other ones where I'm going to put more into this, but I really want to shine on this Adam and Eve, the center of the alphabet. And when you're dealing with Adam and Eve, and I'm also going to tie this alpha and omega, but right here to connect the dots, you're dealing with Adam and Eve. Numerically, 1, 4, 1. M is 13, which is 4. Now, when you deal with the E, and I'm not going by etymology.com, numerology.com, a lot of things, because that's going to be like a thesaurus where you can connect a million. I'm sure there's stuff there, but this is more epiphanies, and I see things differently. I look at things at different angles. Vibration, how you see things, how things fall in place. It's a Silver Surfer kind of way of doing this, but like things just fall in place. When you do the 1, 4, 1, 4, what are you dealing with that? What are you dealing with 5, 5? You're dealing with a 10. You could also get it as a 10 as an X. When you look at the Roman numerals, but let's keep it at 10. So 10 equals 1. Eve, 5. V is 44. I'm sorry. No, it's not. V is 22. Or 5. I'm going to show you, touch more on the 5 and 6 later, but I want to touch on this. I'm connecting this to the center of the alphabet. So when you're dealing with the 555, that's 6, that's 15, which is 6. Or you could look at the 22 as a 4. Now the 5 contains the 4. I'm going to get into that. But you're looking at 5 and 4, which is 9, and 5, which is 14, which is 5. So Eve represents 6 and 5, which is 11. Remember I talked about the 7 up and the 11, and 7 and 11 both have Eve. 12 does too, but that's scrambled. So Eve is linear in 7 and 11. I don't know what that means, it's just what I see. But when you do Adam and Eve, you're doing 1 and 6 and 1 and 5. So that's 6 and 7 and Adam and Eve. That goes back to that G with the arrow, the 6 and the 7, which is the G in Adam and Eve. And they left the Garden of Eden. Eden, Energy Den, Lion's Den, LMN. I may want to go back to some things I have in my notes that, because sometimes when I do this, I see more stuff and I go with that. And I don't want to miss the stuff that I did take notes on. But when I talk about the 4 and the 5, that's also 9,